Hello viewers, my name is Chase Clover, and this is my review on USW Hardcore Heaven 2014. This is my review on the June 29th, 2014 USW pay-per-view entitled USW Hardcore Heaven 2014, live from New York, New York. 14 matches on the match card. Surprisingly enough, I predicted them all wrong. And if you paid for your money's worth for every match on the card, not just certain matches, then you got your money's worth. If you were putting your money towards both main event matches and the Enigma reveal, you got half of what you paid for. If you were looking forward to the USW Championship match and the Enigma reveal, then you did not get what you paid for. And if you were paid for the Enigma reveal, then you did not get what you paid for. Yes, Zach Hardy is Enigma. Surprisingly enough, he is Enigma. Whether you all like it or not, Zach Hardy is Enigma. Get it through your heads now, because that's how it's going to be for quite a while. Zach Hardy is Enigma. And what I thought would be a great moment for USW revealing Enigma, possibly the money-making event for the night, the pay-per-view, they delivered it so terribly that I was surprised that I even didn't see it coming. Also, USW booked Enigma as Zach Hardy. And Zach Hardy pretty much beat up Enigma on intensity, this past intensity. So he pretty much beat up himself, but I guess it was a stunt double. Zach Hardy is Enigma. I have a few things to talk about within the matches on the match card, and I'll just go in order through the matches. I'll get to the main event matches later on. But let's get into the matches. First match of the night was the kickoff match slot number 1, Bulletproof Series submission match. Gringo beat Dwayne Porter by submission. If you're thinking that Dwayne Porter was in last place, then you are correct. And on intensity, more than likely Dwayne Porter will be eliminated from the Bulletproof Series. I'm surprised that he's eliminated so early. He had a good run. The Bulletproof Series is now going to be shortened. It's now no longer going to be until Bulletproof. It's going to stop somewhere in the middle. So within the next month or two, I would expect it to just stop. And I apologize for not having a new Who is Enigma video. You pretty much only got parts 1 and 2, but yeah. Anyway, Dwayne Porter was made submit to, I believe, like a DDT chokehold or something like that. It was some submission move that was very hard to get out of. And, Gringo won. Not much else to say about that one, except that Gringo gets 10 points on the Bulletproof Series. They have not updated their, Bulletproof Series, leaderboards yet, and, they more than likely will not update them into USW Intensity, on Wednesday night, July 2nd, 2014. Gringo earns 10 points. I don't know where that puts him. It may put him in a top, higher place, but I don't know. And Dwayne Porter is the 4th person eliminated in the Bulletproof Series 2014. So, at least now we have more ways to put Dwayne Porter in matches. We can have him in a rivalry with Dustin Raymond, who's not really doing anything right now. Who else is out there? When Derek Carter comes back, that could be an interesting rivalry. You could fight Alex, you could fight George Martin, someone like Lane, James, Chain Reaction, Ash, someone like those kind of people. Anarchy is expected to be back within the next month or two. It's actually rumored that Anarchy will be returning within the next week or two. And it's also rumored that USW, now that Ash is the Blue Belt champion out of nowhere, once again, I'll get onto that later on, but it looks like we're going to renew an Anarchy/Ash rivalry. If you don't remember or recall, Anarchy has been absent and out of competition for, I believe he's been out of action since March, when Ash accidentally broke his jaw into quite a many pieces. But anyways, off of that subject, excuse me, you can have Dwayne Porter be booked in that kind of sense. And it's also rumored that USW is going to start having rivalries, like they're going to fulfill some wishes by hyping up rivalries and kind of staying true to a match, to hype. And sadly, though, it's more than likely that they're going to keep those rivalries going on for a long time because of the fact that, they're going to try to make up for the hype. So expect the rivalries that you will see within the next month or two, maybe 3, to go on until about 2015. That's what I think may happen. But anyways, Gringo, now that he's still in the Bulletproof Series, he can start a rivalry with Cannon or Prophecy. In my personal opinion, if they're going to shorten the Bulletproof Series, I think they should have 2 people be eliminated per pay-per-view, because that way it would stay even, and you wouldn't have an odd amount of performers and have a triple threat, or 3 ways, or 3 ways, matches, on intensity in the pay-per-views. So, but that's in my opinion. But anyways, Gringo wins, he earns 10 points, and that's that. Second match on the match card was a breakaway match. The breakaway match is, you pretty much have to put your opponent through anything that he can be put through. And it was Titanfall beating Lane by putting him through, he put him through the Titantron at the bottom of the stage. He tossed him over the guardrail and through the Titantron, and Titanfall ended up winning. That match went on for about 17 minutes, I believe. Entertaining match. Lane had his spots in the match where he went all on a high note, and anyway, oh, by the way, the Dwayne Porter Gringo match, I'd give it 2 stars. The breakaway match, Titanfall or Lane versus Titanfall. It was an interesting match. I liked how Lane carried himself throughout the match. I can see him developing, and hopefully he'll be used more often. But then again, I can't speak on USW's behalf. Titanfall is someone with a lot of potential, and now I see the potential in Lane. Excuse me. And so, with both of these performers putting on a great match, I would hope that these performers would have another rivalry for maybe a month or 2, and then just go their separate ways, because this is a rivalry that I would enjoy seeing at USW Ultimate Consequence 2014, but I can't really speak for others when I say that there is a significant doubt that USW will once again become this rivalry-driven, hype-produced kind of product. But I feel like this rivalry could go for a while until they develop, maybe a few months. But anyways, I give this match 3 stars. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed the tempo of it, and to see someone go through the Titantron, being as the Titantron has been involved in USW a lot in the past few weeks, I enjoyed it being used here today. So, anyways, that's that. Third match on the match card was a knockout match between the 2014 key and 2013 key. 2014 Key and Case match winner and the 2013 Key and Case match winner. Hanastli beat Alexander Rotten by getting Alexander Rotten unable to answer a 10 count. So Hanastli ended up winning that match to my dismay. I thought since Alexander Rotten had a bit more experience in knockout matches, and that he was pretty much bigger in that perspective, I thought that Alexander Rotten would have the upper hand on Hanastli. Apparently not. And Hanastli showed a very aggressive side. I enjoyed the tempo of the match. I enjoyed how the two performers carried out the match very well. In my perspective, I'm hoping that Hanastli uses that in his next matches, because that could get him spots on USW's pretty much focus or radar towards championship matches. Excuse me. Because I don't think they're gonna book Hanastli to win a world championship with the Key and Case, with the 2013 Key and Case match win. I think that Hanastli would have a better opportunity of winning the world championship if he were to develop over the next maybe year or so. But imagining him, considering that if you have a Key and Case match win and you haven't cashed it in yet, you have to stay under contract with USW even if you're not going to perform, because they cannot have someone with the Key and Case take off. If they would, then the performer can pretty much buy out of the contract and keep the 2013 or whatever Key and Case match win for themselves, and pretty much go about without cashing it in till I guess they come back, or they don't come back, and I mean, maybe they come back one day or another for a surprise and just win the title. But anyway, there are a lot of rumors with surprises and returns, and just a lot of surprises within USW. I've heard that Sunkist is supposed to be, in contract talks with USW to return to USW. I hear Morbid is talking about re-signing. I hear that Zeus Fitzgerald is talking about re-signing. I hear that there are a few others willing to re-sign, such as Ty from WOW or with Sunkist. There are a few others, can't really mention them. I hear that the USW is attempting to bring back the WOW Extreme Championship, which would be very cool to see Zach Hardy with 24 reigns, if he were to go back to the Extreme Championship. Anyways, it was a good match. While I'm getting off topic, Hanastli beat Alexander Rotten. I'm hoping now that Hanastli uses that kind of brawler potential to his full advantage, because then he would be able to be used a lot more, and he would be focused on a lot better. And this match gained 2 stars in my opinion. That went 20 minutes, I believe. Fourth match on the match card was a weapons match. Chris Ross beat Amor versus Chris Ross. Chris Ross beat Amor. That match lasted about 14 minutes. First weapons match, I believe, that did not feature Zach Hardy. Good match, I guess. Chris Ross took control of the match pretty much for a significant amount of time, and surprisingly enough, ended up coming out with the win. That match lasted about 14 minutes. It was an entertaining match when Amor had his points, because he kind of sold the moves and hit them pretty head on, and it was an entertaining match. He also would not stay down when Chris Ross went for the pins. got hit with a chair or two, and Chris Ross ended up coming out victorious. I give the match 2 stars. And moving on. 5th match on the match card was a Falls Count Anywhere match, Bulletproof Series match, Falls Count Anywhere match, Philip Backman vs. Prophecy. Prophecy beat Philip Backman by pinfall. Match lasted about 6 minutes, and Prophecy, they brawled up the ramp, backstage, and into the parking lot where Prophecy won the match, and nothing else to say about that. 2 stars. Moving on. 6th match in the match card was a barbed wire death match. Switchblade vs. Blade. Switchblade beat Blade, and the match lasted about 16 minutes. It was a pretty good match. I enjoyed the parts where Blade started coming back. Switchblade had his moments where he just took control. Blade ended up going onto the barbed wire numerous times, to the point where I lost track of how many times he had been on the barbed wire. Switchblade went through one board with, one table with barbed wire on it, and was put on barbed wire, I believe, once or twice. Blade was put through 2 tables with barbed wire on them, and it just kind of seemed like a demolition derby. Blade was taken in, and Switchblade went for the pin and won the match. They battled mostly on the ringside, and Switchblade put Blade on the barbed wire numerous times. Blade, I thought he was the real Enigma. Turned out he was not, and pretty much had his bell rung in this match. And surprisingly enough, the match was very good. As I've said before, I don't think this rivalry will go anywhere, but I'm glad that they put on the match that they did. I don't think USW expected that, but it was a very good match, and it was a very good match to watch. And being that it involved barbed wire, I know a lot more people tuned into that match because, there's not too many barbed wire scenes in USW, and so to come out with this kind of match and all these kind of points in the match, I believe that it made a lot of people enjoy the match, and so this rivalry may go on for a little bit longer. Don't really see it going anywhere. I don't really see it hurting the performers, but I do see it helping the performers, and this can only, good rivalries and good shifts in your wrestling style, the movesets. I think when you have the ability to change them up, I believe you have a bright future ahead of you, and these 2 superstars, the performers, can really become Extreme Champions and Blue Belt Champions, maybe even USW Champions and USW World Heavyweight Champions, maybe the International Championship, maybe the Tag Team Championships again. They do have potential, and I'll give them that. So, anyway, it was a 3-star match. Enjoyed it. Moving on. 7th match in the match card was Street Fight Bulletproof Series match, Street Fight match. Rush vs. DHIG. Rush beat DHIG by submission. Rush has beat DHIG 3 times in a row, and so I'm waiting for that moment where DHIG just flips, maybe becomes heel, and starts attacking down on Rush. DHIG went to a lot of extremes during the match. This match lasted about 18 minutes. DHIG went to a lot of trouble in the match, and he did become very aggressive. Rush, though, found the points where he could take control. He took control of those moments, and he found an opportunity, and he took the opportunity, and had a lot of high-flying moves, got DHIG on the ground a lot, got kicked in the face a lot, and earned my respect as a performer, or earned my earn my interest in him as a performer because he was able to put on a good match, and he was able to carry this match when it seemed like DHIG was just going to take control and win the match. Got a lot of kicks to the face, got a lot of high-flying moves in. As I said before, taking control of DHIG on numerous occasions, DHIG taking control of Rush on numerous occasions. They pretty much carried the match out, and Rush got DHIG to tap out to the move that where you have both legs in your back and you have both arms held back. DHIG was given his hand free and his leg free, but he ended up tapping out because it was just too much to take, which is reasonable and understandable. So Rush ended up winning the match. He earns 10 points and still in first place. Moving on. 8th match was a no holds barred match. No holds barred match. And it was a Bulletproof Series match. No holds barred match. Cannon vs. Greyhound. Cannon beat Greyhound by pinfall. That match lasted about 10 minutes. It was interesting while it was going on. Greyhound ended up losing by pinfall after he got caught in the face with the cannonball backflip. Cannon went to the top rope and hit the cannonball backflip on Greyhound and won the match. Greyhound looked like he was hurt because he stayed down after the first back foot kick that knocked him down to the ground, where Cannon had the ability to get to the top rope and hit the cannonball backflip. And Cannon won the match and became a very controversial performer by keeping Greyhound down after a move that really only takes down the kind of competitor that is weak or at a low point in the match. Something I like about this match is that Cannon and Greyhound sold the match. Dwayne Porter and Greyhound kind of have tension within the rivalry, so I'm waiting until Greyhound is out of the Bulletproof Series so Dwayne Porter can start, rivalries with Greyhound. In my case, I kind of enjoyed the Dwayne Porter and Greyhound match. I kind of enjoyed the Philip Akron Proxy match. Kind of enjoyed the Rush DHIG match. I kind of enjoyed the Cannon Greyhound match. And with Cannon winning this match, it looked like Greyhound was injured or hurt. And understandable. But if he is hurt or injured, then I would kind of leave him out for a week or two until he can build hype for USW Ultimate Consequence 2014. I wouldn't have him do his normal routine right away. I would have him wait until it was obvious that he was back to 100%. I think it may be something involving the head, maybe a headache, or maybe, hopefully not a concussion, maybe just his head was hurting, something like that, but Greyhound seemed to be injured, and if he's not on intensity, I would imagine that he's injured, because it was the kind of match where it takes a lot out of you. But anyways, the Rush vs. DHIG match, I give that 3 stars. The Cannon vs. Greyhound match, I give that 3 stars. Moving on.